Anna receives an invitation to visit the long-abandoned Hawthorne Mansion from a distant relative. Curious about the mansion's dark history and its owner, Mr. Hawthorne, she decides to visit, hoping to find inspiration for her art. As she drives through the rain-soaked streets, she can't shake the feeling that something is off. The mansion looms ahead, its Gothic architecture silhouetted against the stormy sky. Anna steps out of her car, her heart racing with excitement and fear. Anna enters the mansion, greeted by a heavy silence. Dust motes dance in the dim light filtering through the tattered curtains. She steps inside, her footsteps echoing on the wooden floor, and takes in the faded grandeur of the place. Antique furniture, covered in white sheets, fills the rooms, and a grand staircase spirals into darkness. "Anna, is that you?" A voice calls from the shadows. Mr. Hawthorne steps into view, his features shrouded in shadow. He looks old and frail, but his eyes are sharp, piercing through the gloom. "Welcome," he says, a hint of a smile on his lips. "I've been expecting you." As Anna explores the mansion, she discovers a dimly lit room filled with paintings. Each one is more haunting than the last, depicting people in various states of despair. One portrait catches her eye, a woman with hollow eyes, trapped in a look of eternal anguish. "What's the story behind this one?" Anna asks, entranced. Mr. Hawthorne's expression darkens. "That painting holds the soul of the woman it depicts. Every artist who tries to capture a soul in their work becomes bound to it." Anna feels a chill run down her spine, but is drawn to the idea of capturing souls in her art. "Can I paint it?" she asks, excitement bubbling in her chest. Mr. Hawthorne hesitates. "It's not just a painting, Anna. It has a power that comes with a price. Many have tried, and none have returned unscathed." "Unscathed?" she repeats, dismissing the warning. "I'm not afraid." That night, Anna sets up her easel in front of the portrait. The flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows, and she begins to paint. The moment her brush touches the canvas, a surge of energy courses through her. But as she paints, she feels an oppressive weight in the room, as if the very air is thick with despair. The woman's eyes seem to follow her, pleading for release. As Anna paints, the atmosphere shifts. The shadows deepen, and a whisper fills the room. "Release me." She brushes it off, convinced it's her imagination. But with each stroke, the painting comes alive, drawing her in. The woman's expression shifts, her hollow eyes filled with pain and longing. Suddenly, the paint on the canvas begins to swirl and form a figure. A shadowy apparition rises from the portrait, stretching toward Anna. She gasps and stumbles back, but it's too late. The figure lunges, merging with Anna, sending shockwaves through her body. Images flood her mind, the woman's life, her pain, and her ultimate demise. Anna cries out, clutching her head, but she can't escape the haunting memories. The next morning, Anna awakens in the mansion, feeling different. A dark energy pulses within her, but she brushes it aside as excitement for her new painting. She returns to the canvas, determined to capture the woman's essence fully. As she paints, she notices her features becoming more and more like the woman in the portrait. Her eyes darken, the light within them dimming as shadows creep over her face. Evelyn arrives later that day, her expression turning to concern as she sees Anna's transformation. "Anna, you don't look well. Have you been sleeping?" "I'm fine." Anna snaps, her voice sharper than intended. "I'm just inspired." Evelyn notices the painting, the woman's expression growing more desperate with each passing moment. "You need to stop. This isn't right." Anna dismisses Evelyn's worries, but that night, she's haunted by nightmares. The woman's ghostly figure looms over her, whispering secrets of sorrow and anguish. Anna wakes up in a panic, her heart racing. She rushes to the mirror, horrified by her reflection. The darkness has spread, encroaching on her features, and the woman's eyes stare back at her, hollow and desperate. "Anna!" Evelyn's voice breaks through the haze, rushing into the room. "You need to stop painting. It's consuming you." "I can't," Anna screams, clutching her head. "I have to finish." Evelyn grabs Anna's shoulders, forcing her to look into her eyes. "You're losing yourself. This isn't you." In a moment of clarity, Anna realizes the truth. She's become the very thing she sought to capture, trapped in a cycle of despair. "I need to end this," she whispers, tears streaming down her face. "Let me help you," Evelyn says, guiding her away from the easel. "We'll destroy the painting together." Anna hesitates but nods, determination surging within her. Together, they take the painting outside, the wind howling around them as they stand in the storm. With trembling hands, Anna raises a match to the canvas. As the flames engulf the portrait, a piercing scream echoes in the air. The spirit of the woman is released, swirling around them in a cloud of darkness before vanishing into the storm. With the portrait burned, Anna feels a wave of relief wash over her. The dark energy that had consumed her begins to dissipate, the shadows lifting from her mind. She collapses to the ground, breathing heavily. Evelyn kneels beside her, concern etched on her face. "You're safe now. It's over." Anna nods, looking at the smoldering remnants of the painting. "I'll never paint like that again. I didn't understand the power of art." As they leave the mansion, the storm begins to clear. The sun breaks through the clouds, illuminating the path ahead. Anna feels lighter, the weight of despair lifted. She takes a deep breath, ready for a fresh start. "I'll create again, but with respect for the stories behind the art." Evelyn smiles, relief washing over her. That's the spirit. Together they walk away from the Hawthorne Mansion, leaving the darkness behind, ready to embrace a new chapter, one filled with light, hope, and true inspiration. Days after leaving the mansion, Anna tries to return to her normal life, but something feels off. She begins to notice subtle changes in her surroundings, shadows moving at the edge of her vision and whispers echoing through her apartment late at night. One evening, as she sits in her studio attempting to paint, a soft knock echoes from her door. She opens it to find a small, trembling girl standing on her doorstep. The girl has dark hair and wears a tattered dress, her hollow eyes mirroring those of the woman from the portrait. "Help me," the girl whispers, and Anna's heart sinks. She recognizes the pleading tone, the same she had heard from the spirit of the woman in the painting. "Where did you come from?" Anna asks, her voice trembling. The girl points behind her towards the darkened street. "They won't let me go. You have to help me." Feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, Anna reluctantly steps outside, with Evelyn following closely behind. The girl leads them down the street, guiding them through dimly lit alleys and abandoned buildings. "Why do you want me to help you?" Anna asks, glancing at Evelyn, who looks increasingly worried. The girl stops abruptly in front of an old, decrepit building. "They want your soul too," she whispers, her voice shaking. "You painted her, and now you're part of it." Before Anna can respond, the ground beneath them trembles, and shadows begin to swirl around the girl. The atmosphere grows thick with despair, and Anna realizes they are not alone. Dark figures materialize from the shadows, their hollow eyes fixated on her, stretching out ghostly hands. "Run," Anna shouts, grabbing Evelyn's hand as they sprint away from the encroaching darkness. They find refuge in a nearby cafe, breathless and terrified. "What was that?" Evelyn gasps, looking around as if expecting the shadows to follow them inside. "I think I need to go back to the mansion," Anna replies, her heart racing. "That girl, she's trapped just like the woman in the painting." Evelyn shakes her head, concerned. "You can't go back there. You just escaped. What if those spirits are still tied to that place?" "I have to confront it. I can't let anyone else suffer like that," Anna insists, determination flickering in her eyes. After a moment of hesitation, Evelyn nods. "Fine, but I'm coming with you." That night, the two friends make their way back to Hawthorne Mansion. The moon casts an eerie glow on the dilapidated structure, and the air is thick with anticipation. Anna feels a pull toward the mansion, a connection to the spirits trapped within. As they enter, the familiar darkness envelops them. The air is cold, and the once comforting silence feels suffocating. They head straight for the room with the haunting portraits, but to their shock, the paintings are gone. "What happened to them?" Evelyn asks, glancing around nervously. "They must have been taken back to wherever they belong," Anna murmurs, fear creeping into her voice. "But we still have to find the girl." In the depths of the mansion, they hear soft cries echoing through the halls. "It's coming from down here," Anna says, leading Evelyn toward a hidden staircase that descends into darkness. At the bottom, they find a dimly lit room filled with the remnants of the past, dusty canvases and broken easels. In the center stands the girl, her figure flickering like a candle flame. "Help me," she pleads, her voice filled with anguish. "I can't escape." Suddenly, shadows gather around the girl, swirling and forming into menacing shapes. "You belong to us," they hiss in unison. "Stay back," Anna shouts, stepping protectively in front of the girl. drawing strength from her earlier experience. She raises her hands. You don't have to be trapped anymore. In a moment of clarity, Anna reaches deep within herself, channeling the light she feels in her heart. You are not defined by your pain, she cries, her voice resonating through the room. As she speaks, the shadows begin to waver, weakening in the light of her determination. Let her go. With one final surge of energy, the shadows dissipate, and the girl's form begins to solidify, her hollow eyes softening. Thank you, she whispers before she fades into a brilliant light, breaking free from the darkness that had consumed her. With the girl gone, Anna and Evelyn emerge from the mansion into the light of dawn. The air feels fresh, the darkness that once shrouded the place lifting as sunlight breaks through the clouds. I can't believe we did it, Evelyn breathes, a smile breaking across her face. Anna nods, feeling lighter than she has in days. It's finally over, but I'll never forget what happened here. As they leave the mansion behind, Anna realizes that her experience has changed her perspective on art and life. No longer will she paint from a place of darkness. She'll draw from light and hope. In the coming days, Anna starts to create again, filling her canvases with vibrant colors and uplifting themes. The haunting memories of the past will always linger, but now they serve as a reminder of the strength she possesses. Together, Anna and Evelyn walk into the sunrise, ready to embrace a new journey filled with light, creativity, and the promise of a brighter future.